Hello everybody and welcome to Crafting Unscripted. We're starting a bit late today because we had a field trip today, and I apologize for whatever's happening here because I did not have a chance to do anything. I was been outside all morning in the snow with a bunch of little kids, so this is what you get. This is au naturel, I guess. So if you are here, let me know. Give me a hello, a thumbs up, or a wave or whatever in the chat so that I know that you are here. And we are going to do something today. I'm not totally sure. I've got some thoughts. I might need your input. If you are here, you can participate in the chat with me. But a few weeks ago, we made these cute little flower things for Valentine's Day for my kids, and they wanted more, and I said no way because they took too long. And like they turned out cute, but they get what they get. Hello, Nancy. But I do have a lot of those hearts left over, so I thought we could try to make a rose with those hearts because that's an option. Or I have something called vellum paper. This is, and it happens to have hearts on it. So I thought we could try something with vellum paper. I have no idea what to do with this stuff. So if you've used vellum paper and you have any ideas Valentine's Day wise, let me know. Hello, Loretta. So let me just see here. I've been organizing my paper because we all know that I have not been buying paper. I'm still batting 1,000 for not buying any new paper, but I organized my paper the other day, or I tried to organize it. It's a bit of a disaster still. But now I've got everything in like color-ish sections, right? So I've got pinks, I've got purples, and I've got yellows and greens. Now they're all in their own little separate like sleeves for now. I don't like it, but I'm trying to keep everything organized so that I can like use all this stuff. And when I was doing that, I was like, oh, I have all these random shapes that I've been saving for who knows what. And so I put all those into special little, I'm going to say special envelopes, but envelopes. And one of the things I have is an envelope full of hearts, and that includes all the hearts that we used the other week. So we can make try to make the roses that I've seen with hearts that people make. We can try doing that, or we can try doing something with vellum paper, but I don't know what you do with vellum paper, so this is going to be like, you have to tell me what to try because I have no idea. I haven't researched this at all, but I bought this a long time ago, and probably my guess is last year at Valentine's Day because it has hearts on it, as you can see. Sorry about the light, it's still in this package. So those are our two options for today. Oh, and before we get started in today's craft, I just found them here. This week's blog, I did some cute little, let me change the angle here. I did these cute little tags for gifts, and so this is what's going to be on the blog this week, and that video is supposed to come out tomorrow. I made all these cute little tags, and I'm going to walk you through how to make them. So that's on the blog this week. So that's this week. So I thought those turned out really, really cute. So that's what's happening. There. So what do we got here? I did purchase a scrapbook album cover for my granddaughter's first year album. That's okay, Loretta. That's something like that's going to be used or given, and you kind of need new pieces for that. So that I approve of. But using scraps is fantastic. I like it. So so that's where we stand right now. So Loretta or Nancy, what are we going to do? I'm going to open this vellum paper while I'm waiting for you guys to vote. And at least see what those are. Really sweet tags. Thank you. I'm trying to, I don't know, be a bit more focused on what I do on the blog. You know, things go kind of wonky, but this is like, so this is almost like a thick wax paper. I don't know what I would do with this. Maybe for a card or something. I'm not sure. Like an insert or something. I don't know. What do you do with vellum paper? I thought this was going to be more waxy or something. I don't know. Maybe it is like kind of waxy, like a thick wax paper. I'd like to see the vellum, but I don't know what to do with it. That's my thing. I don't know what to do with it. Like, what do you do with vellum paper? Loretta, maybe you've got an answer for us. Because I haven't researched it. I bought it because I liked what it looked like. I liked the design. And I was like, oh, this isn't regular paper. But can you use it like regular paper? Who knows? So maybe I should do some research before we get too carried away with it, because I have no idea what to do with it. And I'm not going to start Googling while we're all on live here. So maybe we'll try to do these heart roses that I've got sort of envisioning in my head. Just behind me here, though, I got to grab some flower stems. And I got to turn my glue gun on. I've got it ready. And I even have my little fingers ready too, Loretta, so don't worry, I won't burn myself. Vellum is not my favorite to work with, but I usually use it for layers within something else. Yeah, that's what it might be used for. I'll have to think about this. So I'll add this to my to-do list of things to do, because I'm not sure what to do with that. But we're going to try these. I'm going to need to get some more flower sticks soon. I'm running out. I bought these ones. I absolutely hate them. They're too thin, so don't buy these ones. I have better ones I got. I bought these from my Amazonian store that I love so much, but I bought better ones at the dollar store once, but they never had them again. And I only have like 1 or 2 left, but they're like these thick ones that are like papery on the outside, and you can see I've snipped a bunch of them to make like different things with them. But yeah, so we're gonna use the ones that I don't like to get rid of those ones. I want to see vellum after you research it. All right, so we're gonna have to do some research on vellum. We'll do that, but for now we're gonna pull out some of these hearts that I have in my fancy organization. So I'm not a huge fan of being organized with my scraps. Are the floral stems covered with something? So these, let me pull out the other ones. So these, the ones that I don't like, they're just plastic. Let me see if I can, they're just like a plastic coating on top. So it's got a metal bit down here and the metal is covered in like a plastic. And I don't like them because I find that even my hot glue doesn't like to hold on very well to these, and they're really, really thin. So they're, I don't know, like the thickness of one of the lines on my work table. But the ones that I got a long time ago from the dollar store, which were fantastic, and I've never seen them again, are these ones. And I've only got one full-size one, but you'll see like next to this one, it's a lot thicker. But this is like a metal rod covered in a bunch of layers of paper. And these I find work better. The paper sticks to them, and since they're thicker, I find that you get like more purchase when you're putting things onto it. So I really like these ones, but this is like my last one, and I can't bear to use it yet. So we're gonna use these really cheap ones that I don't like, so that I can get rid of those. And then one day, when I'm allowed to buy supplies again, or if I finish the supplies that I have and I need them for something else, then I can buy some more. So glue gun is heating, and I'm gonna move this stuff over here. Sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated. I gotta get my fingers on. Yes, I like the paper covered ones better too. Yeah, so I really like the other ones, but I have like, and you know how it is, right? You see a good price on a crafting supply, like, I gotta get a lot of those. And so I bought these ones, not realizing they weren't, because the picture, like, and it's so difficult to tell in the pictures what they look like, what they actually are, but it was like, buy 5,000 of these for, you know, $2 or something. And I was like, yes, that's a good deal. And now I regret my decision, but that's okay. So we're going to get on my little fingers, and we're going to try to make some roses here. Maybe I'll make myself some roses. And I'm not a huge fan of real flowers, but that's okay. We don't make real flowers here. So we've got this. Got my fingers ready. Glue gun's not ready yet. So is everybody ready for Valentine's Day? I had my live crafting session yesterday. We made some really cute little box heart shaped and rectangular shaped candy boxes. Those turned out really cute. I can show them to you. The designs will go for sale on my shop one day, but Valentine's is pretty much over, so they're like this. Now let's do it so that you can see it. There's one, and I glued it shut. It opens up. It's got little candies and chocolates inside. I have a few designs of this box, and same here with the shaker on top. Just shake all my candies around, and then I did a rectangular one as well. So that design will leave us at the shop one day, but Valentine's is almost over, so I'm in no rush. And then I got ones like that. So I've got that ready for my kids and my husband, and then I've got a whole bunch of other candies, so I'm already there. My son has all of his Valentine's Day card thingies ready for school. My daughters told me this morning that they want these lollipops for tomorrow. And I said, ha ha ha, you told me 2 weeks ago you weren't doing Valentine's Day, and I don't have time to make 100 of these little hearts overnight because I want to sleep. And so they laughed at me, and now I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But my son is getting the pencil ones, so we did that. I ended up not thinking, and I made the hearts like 3 inches instead of 4 inches like we had agreed would have been better. Would have been better, but that's okay. We made it work. He just had to like squish the names onto there. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do for the girls because I don't feel like spending hours and hours making 100 of these little hearts. So what we're gonna do is, I've got my glue gun's almost heated here. You're ready for Valentine's Day, Nancy. Good for you. What do we got? Right, finished all that I have on hand. I'll be 102 years old by then. Really cute, thank you. Love the glitter on the boxes. I'm a big glitter fan, and so as I was saying in the live I did yesterday, we're just gonna try rolling these, and so I think like I'm gonna, I don't know, we're gonna like try rolling them like this to start maybe, and then do a few layers. Have the girls help to make something. I agree with you, Loretta, to have the girls help make something. But we've got swimming lessons tonight, so they really are limited on time to do anything. Which means I'm also limited on time to do anything because I have to take them to swimming lessons. And so I'm gonna, these little, I'm gonna call them burning fingers, are really helping because my fingers are not burning. And I'm going to try, of course I don't have like all the same colors, and I'm using foam paper here, but I was going somewhere with that story. I forgot. Oh yeah, so glitter paper. I love glitter paper, and that's why I use it on those boxes, because this glue sucks. Because I love glitter paper, and I was going to... I don't know what I'm doing here. This is messing all up. I got to do something here to make this work. But I was going to, like, I bought a whole bunch of paper before I decided not to buy any more crafting supplies. So I have a whole bunch of glitter paper. But having said that, I'm also aware of the fact that I'm using a lot of my glitter paper. So it's like, so far it's okay, turning out okay. But of course I don't have like 1,000 of the same color, so my roses are going to be kind of multicolored, but that's all right. We're going to make this work. Maybe we're going to make this work. I'm going to put some glue here. So I'm going to move this so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, so I would love to get the girls to help, and normally they do. Like my son's been, I made the hearts, the gift tag names, and I did like the Happy Valentine's Day with my Cricut, and then I did from Aiden on it, but he has to write all his friends' names onto it, and he wasn't happy about that. But we've been doing it over the last several days, so it's only like a few names a day, so it's not like he has to do 1,000 at once. So, but the girls, if we do anything, it's gonna have to be ready before, I'm gonna have to get it ready before swimming lessons and have them do it before swimming lessons, so it might be a bit of a challenge. So we'll see. So far it's turning out not too bad. It's just the glue's gotta dry, and this isn't looking too beautiful underneath here, but we'll worry about that once we get to the last layers here. So, but these little glue burning finger things are awesome. Loretta, you are a dream when it comes to having suggested these. All right, so we're gonna put some glue here. And I'm just going to hold that there. So the problem with this glue is that it gets super hot, or this glue gun. It's a great glue gun, but it gets super, super hot. So then it takes the glue a little bit to dry. And now my finger is stuck, but I can feel the heat throughout this flower, throughout everything. So the fingers protectors are working. So it's perfect. So we've got some, it's not looking too bad. Finger protectors are a must. Yes, I don't know how I survived without them for so long. Well, I do know how I survived. I just kept burning my fingers. So we're doing good here. I'm gonna put this one here. I'm trying to like overlap them so that my rose actually has like more than just petals on one side, but you know, we'll get there. But these were a purchase for Christmas for myself, before I decided I wasn't allowed to buy anything else. But I say I'm not allowed to buy anything else, but like mostly paper is what I'm not allowed to buy because I have so much paper. But I do, like if I do need a supply that I don't have, then that's okay. So one day when I run out of my glitter cardstock, because that's my favorite is glitter cardstock, one day when I run out, I will have to buy some more, and that's totally okay. So right now I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 petal or hearts on here. So that's turning out to be pretty good. I know my fingers are red behind here, so maybe that's adding to the beauty of the flower, but I just gotta look for this to dry because this is too hot and it's not gonna dry. So, but I'm pretty much ready for Valentine's Day. Although other than the girls' fiasco, but I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I got to put something here because this is looking kind of, that's still looking pretty gross there with all that stuff, but we'll get this sorted out. I need a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. And we're going to put you here, and I'm just going to hold it. Might need glue on both hands. Might need finger protection on both hands now. So, but this is turning out pretty good. These are looking pretty cute. I don't normally do flowers out of hearts, but this is a new try. So we'll see how this works out. But yeah, so I think I'm pretty ready. I was talking, so we were on I did the live Valentine's Day one that I had yesterday, the paid event that I do once a month, and I was talking to, it was funny because everyone who was there was named Barbara. It was a Barbara show. Everyone was Barbara that was talking, so it was funny. But Barbara was saying that she's already done with Valentine's Day, and she's moving on to St. Paddy's Day. And I thought, oh, I haven't even thought about St. Paddy's Day. But I think that that's a good conversation that we should have here, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen here. But what are we doing for St. Paddy's Day? Because I normally don't make big St. Paddy's Day gifts or projects because, I don't know, it's more of a drinking day. But I used to make shirts for my kids every year, and I would force them to wear it. They would put up a fuss, and they'd wear it for a picture, and then they'd take it off, and then they'd go to school or go wherever. If it wasn't a school day, they would go wherever wearing whatever they wanted. So I've given up on making them shirts. But what can we do for ourselves for what kind of a St. Paddy's Day craft can we do? I'm thinking we could do shirts, but I don't know. Doing shirts live is a bit tricky because it takes a little bit of time, and I need a whole bunch of different camera angles. How many Valentines are needed for your daughter? So each girl needs 26 items. So that's pretty good, I think. There, that looks nice, doesn't it? Gonna take my red finger away. So that looks pretty good. I think that turned out nice. Let's do another one of those. So we've got that. But for my daughters, I think what I might just do is buy a bag of lollipops because they don't want to do pencils, which I'd prefer to do, which is what my son's getting. I might just do let's see if I can get this to stand here while we're, nope, you're not going to stand. Will you stand? Just trying to get this to stand while we're working here. There, beautiful. That's one. But these sticks that I don't like, at least, are nice too. They bend very well. I might just do, as I was saying, I might just do the hearts that we did last week, where it's got, Happy Valentine's Day, and then make 2 slots in it, and then just put a lollipop into it instead of going all out. But we will see. How many of these? All right, so we're going to try now. I don't have 2, 4, 6. I've only got 6 of these foam hearts left. We're going to try maybe using paper this time for this heart instead of the foam paper. See how that turns out, because I've got a bunch of different hearts here. So, of course, they're all 1,000 different shapes and sizes, but that's all right. Let's do this. We're going to try this. And how did we start this one off? We started this one off kind of weird. And now this is going to be really weird because I'm using paper and I'm going to burn my fingers. Let's not burn our fingers, Catherine. We can do this. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. So we're going to try a paper one this time. Now, this rose here that we did with the foam paper, because that's what I had. The foam paper was actually pretty good at holding on to this little stick. I'm not sure about this paper here, but we'll see how that goes. Loretta says, fishing you a happy Valentine's Day on the fish cutout attached to a bag of goldfish crackers. Okay. That's very, I don't know if I can do that one, Loretta. That might be above my abilities here. This heart's way too big in comparison to the one that I just used, but oh well. So I'm just like wrapping these around, or trying to wrap these around. Oh, I need another finger protector. That's it. I'm done. Katherine, you're fired. Burning my fingers already without the finger protector. So the paper's not cooperating as much with the glue and this stick, but we'll get there. I'm just going to hold this for a second without burning myself. Valentines you might make daughters attached to a Laffy Taffy candy. All right, that would work. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do with my daughters. We'll see. But I'm just a little bit like, because they're getting older now, and typically the teachers will like send out notes saying, yes, you can do Valentine's Day, or no, we're not doing Valentine's Day. And this teacher didn't say anything. And I assume that since they're getting older, this is like, yeah, we're not really doing Valentine's Days anymore. So, you know, you don't need to do them anymore. And my kids, until this morning, the girls were saying, no, we're not doing Valentine's Day. We don't need them. So I kind of gave up on them. And now here we are. Here we are, sad because it didn't work. So, but this one's turning out pretty nice. So it's got a nice tight, I'm able to get a tighter rose petal here. Let me see if I can get that closer here. So that's turning out nicely there, but we'll see how this turns out. I'm on number 3 here. I think this one I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I used on this one here. So, but that turned out pretty nicely. So I'm pretty happy with that. This might be a new way to do flowers for me. Although this is taking a bit of time, but I'm also special with my glue gun abilities and the burning of the fingers. So we're getting there. So I'm not sure what's, stop burning yourself. I need to pull out that, where did I put that box of fingers? I'm going to pull out a big one for my middle finger here, which keeps getting covered. All right, now we're back in business. Now hopefully we won't burn ourselves too much. All right, another heart. There we go. Yep, I need 3 fingers for this craft. 3 fingers protected for this craft. That's what we need. Oh, I lost my finger already. And that's not the right one. This one here. My middle finger isn't as big as my thumb, and oh, maybe that one will work better without flying off. All right, let's see if we can get this. So this one requires a little bit more, I don't know, dexterity in your fingers maybe to make this work with the regular paper as opposed to the, excuse me, foam paper. But we're doing okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one has 7, we said, and this one's already got 6 here. So I think this one will need more than 7 on this guy here, but that's all right. I've got more paper here, so we're in luck. So Loretta, my thing with Valentine's Day, and I said this before, I'm just going back to your comments here about the laughing taffy candy or the goldfish. I don't, I'm not a huge fan about giving out candy for Valentine's Day. I know it's chocolates and sugar and all that jazz. But just because, like, I've found over the years that what's happening, in at least where I live, is that the kids are like treating, or the parents maybe, are treating Valentine's Day like Halloween. And so by Valentine's Day, we get so much candy for the kids. It's unbelievable. And so I don't know. I don't want the kids constantly just eating junk food. It already feels bad enough that they eat so much of it as it is. And so I don't want them just constantly eating junk food. So I would like to give them something different, but they've refused the pencils. I might just say too bad, so sad to them. I know it's not the nicest thing as a mom to say, but they had their chance. They blew it. Okay, so we're gonna do one more here on this flower, on this rose. Now the paper is holding nicer together, so I'm not getting like a disgusting grossness under the bottom here. I'll show you in a second here. turn this off. This is gonna be the last one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got 9 here. All right, so this is this rose. Maybe I can like pull the petals out a little bit later, but just one second. I'm just gonna make sure this totally dries before I start to rip it apart. So move this over. Move this over. So we got the 2 roses. So let's get this there. So I like this foam paper one better because the petals are a little bit like fuller, let's say, whereas this paper, the paper is very thin. But if I like, it's very sort of conformed. Maybe if I roll some of these out, it might like look a little bit better, but I don't want to roll them too much. What about making bookmarks? You know, I made bookmarks last year. That's what and so I still have a bunch of them. I over counted last year on how many bookmarks I needed. And so I still have bookmarks left over from last year, but they said, no, Mom, that's not cool. Both roses are cute. Thank you. So I'm just going to try to roll out these ones here a little bit. Okay. There. I think that looks better with the paper rolled, with the outer petals rolled out a little bit. So there's those 2. Let's get a closer look here. I'll try not to... I like them both. Now that this paper one's got the petals moved out, like pulled out a little bit and curled out, I think they look great. So there's that. So there we go. I think that turned out pretty good. I like that. Now I've got some thing to do with my leftover with my leftover hearts. And I don't have too many of them now left anyways, but for the future. So that's those 2 flowers. I think that turned out really nicely. All right. So let's change the view here on my face. So that's what they look like here from a different angle. Better, maybe different lighting. But I think they both turned out really cute. I like that. That's a good one. I might have to make a craft on the full-on blog with that one, but those ones turned out nicely. Oh, goodbye for now, Jean. Thanks for joining us. But that's it pretty much anyways for this. I don't know. I got nothing else. Oh, don't forget, if you don't have your tickets to the Card Maker Success Summit, that is happening February 26th to the 1st of March. So you can get tickets for that still. The link should be in the description of this video right now. If it's not, I'll double check afterwards and put it in there. And if not, if I don't see you before next Thursday, have a happy Valentine's Day. And tomorrow on the blog and the website, then the YouTube page will be those cute little tags that I showed you. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you're watching it live or if you're watching it on the replay. And that's it for today. So that's it for everyone. Thank you so much for helping me make these roses, and we will see you next time. Happy crafting, everyone.